It's April 3rd and it's snowing. I'm not paying you. I have no money to pay you. I'm a teacher.
Just saying, it's pretty difficult hanging out with you all day.
I'm awesome. Good morning, YouTube. Oh my goodness, sorry, I'm dropping you. It is Monday morning and I'm so excited because I get to teach this week and I'm like so stoked because we're all starting all new units and I'm just, guys, I'm excited. But I feel like I've been talking to you guys all day, although I didn't talk, but I did film a morning routine video this morning and whew, I'm tired. I've been up since 4:40, 4:39 to be exact. I don't normally get up until 4:50, but this morning when I rolled over and saw it was 4:39, there was no way I was going back to sleep for 10 minutes, so I just got up. But I'm feeling energized and refreshed and just relaxed. I spring cleaned in my house. My house is still pretty messy, but I kind of just like cleaned up the best that I could from my spring cleaning because, man, girl put a hurting on that house. So it's not perfectly spotless. There's random stuff that's just everywhere, but that's okay. Like, it's in the process of getting cleaned up. So I'm gonna head to school. I need to stop at Dunkin' and pick up my breakfast. I forgot to make my breakfast for the week last night and I don't know how. I managed to make my lunch and dinner for today. Well, my lunch is for the week, my dinner for the next 2 or 3 days. Did not make breakfast, which is not like me. So I do need to stop at Dunkin'. I'm not getting coffee because I did go to the gym this morning and I had pre-workout, so I don't need coffee. And I think that's it. I don't think I have any meetings after school today, so I'm very happy about that. Because Friday is gonna be a long day. I'm gonna be at school until at least 5 or 5:30, I think. And then my boyfriend and I are doing date night on Friday. So I'm like, for the first time ever, I'm like really looking forward to Friday, but not because like I don't wanna work, but just because I'm excited for Friday night. I actually am including some weekend footage. My boyfriend and I went shooting yesterday. We live in a pro 2A state, so if you are against guns, I'm sorry. But as a former real estate agent who went to homes alone, by yourself with complete strangers, I felt safer concealed carrying. And other than that, I've never concealed carry, but I do own a firearm, and if you are against that, I'm very sorry. That's your belief, and this is my belief, and we have our rights to it. But yesterday we did go shooting in a gravel pit, so it was just really nice. I will include some of that footage. I don't know if I'll show up before or after my regular vlog footage, but it was just a nice, fun, relaxing weekend. I need to hit the road. It's already 7:05. Normally I'm pretty much like almost at work by now. I am running a little bit late because I filmed my morning vlog, but I don't have to be at school until 8:10 these days. I just like to get there early. It helps me relax and kind of just get into the zone, get things ready for the day, but that's all right. Thankfully, everything is prepped and planned for the next couple weeks. So if I get there late, or well, late, it's perfectly fine. So I'm gonna go pick up my breakfast and I will check in with you guys when I get to school. Hello again. Clearly I'm at school and I am so ready for today. I'm excited. I need to get my schedule back up. I need to get, I had to cover a lot of my stuff during testing. So I need to uncover my multiples posters. I need to move my coordinate planes poster or anchor chart to its proper place. And I think that's all I need to do this morning because I actually am ready to go. So I am going to go work on that stuff and then I will show you what I'm actually doing today. Because it's our first week back from testing, I've kind of changed up our schedule a little bit. We only have 2 weeks until spring break, so I figured we would try something new. So up until snack time, everything is the same. So they come in, they have breakfast until 8:45. From 8:45 to 8:55, we have morning meeting. Then they go off to specials from 8:55 to 9:35. And then we have math until 10:30, snack until 10:40. This is where we start something new. Normally we do writing. However, it's not enough time for writing. By the time they get kind of settled in, it's a really awkward block of time right here. So we're gonna do a little bit of social studies at that time, and then we'll transition into mustard, ketchup, and pickles, which is our school-wide intervention time. this is where if I have a worksheet, they must do it, catch up on previous or absent work or stuff they haven't finished, and then they can pick an activity. And then we have reading. This is, oh, hold on, recess and lunch go up here. One second, let me fix this. Recess and lunch, so they go there after. When they come back, we have reading groups, and then we're gonna start a science unit today, and then they go home. So our days are now jam-packed, but that is okay. So that is what our day looks like today. I'm gonna chat with you guys while I run some stuff off because I'm a little behind this morning because I didn't get here until like 30 minutes later than I normally do. So today my kids are doing, and I ran off enough copies for them because I still haven't finished running off all of their textbooks that I'm creating. So they're doing a worksheet on Benjamin Franklin. This is from Rockland Resources. I linked this in my previous video and I'll link it again because it really is an awesome, awesome curriculum. So these are the information packets, and then I also ran off this, and it's great because it also gets in some cause and effect and evidence, and it hits a lot of ELA standards in addition to social studies. So there's that, and then also like has a little timeline. So that is what we're doing this morning for social studies. Sorry, I just keep getting interrupted today, so I don't know how this vlog is going to turn out. Oh crap, I dropped their brownies. So I am cruel. I did make my kids quote unquote brownies. Get it? It's April Fool's. I'm having some fun with them. And the best part is they will buy it because I've brought in food for them for the last 2 weeks for testing. So they are going to think that Miss Moro really brought them in some more brownies, even though I told them treats are done. But anyway, I just ran off their spelling lists, and I need to put together their ELA weekly work packet and figure out what I'm doing because I forgot to plan ELA and I just realized that, but that's fine. I have enough stuff like already run off from before, but I'm really excited for these. So I made some vocabulary cards for science. I don't have a curriculum to follow for science, so I'm stuck coming up with my own stuff. So today we are starting like properties and states of matter and all that stuff. Matter, not matter, matter. So I just ran off vocabulary cards for liquid, solid, particle, gas, molecule, atom, and matter. So I am going to give them in partners an ice cube, and we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna have them write down their observations, and then I'm going to have them kind of let it sit there while I'm teaching. We're going over the vocabulary, and then we're going to write down some more observations that we've seen. I think I'm going to have them sit them on the floor because I don't know if my school has radiant floor heat, but the floor is always really, really toasty warm. So I think I'm going to have them sit there. That way they kind of melt. By the end of the lesson, they can draw conclusions on that or make predictions. So, or observations. God, it's such a Monday. But I actually need to create a worksheet for that. So I'm gonna go do that. I will probably talk to you guys at lunch. I have about 15 minutes before my kids come in, and I still have to set up their district offered breakfast. So I will talk to you guys later today. Hello. My kids are in specials, and I actually have extended time this morning because they have to vote on some books in the library. So my librarian is picking them up. My laptop's gonna die. My librarian is picking them up from the library, and then they're going to vote, and then they're coming back to me. So in the meantime, I've gotten their math vocabulary up on the board because we are working with this. This is from Thrifty in the 3rd, and they're gonna write the vocabulary words in there, or the definitions in there. But I think I underestimated how much time this morning was gonna take for math because they have to cut these out and glue them in their notebook and then write the definition. And some of my kids cut very slowly. So I'm gonna have to kind of push them to hurry up, and I'm already losing 10 minutes because they're gonna be with the librarian. So it's gonna be really, really tight today for math, but that's fine, we'll deal. It is what it is. I don't really have a choice but to deal with it. I have to push through. I have to get this unit done by next Friday because then we go on spring break, and I am not having them lose everything that I've taught them. So yeah, so I definitely did not take that into consideration, but that's fine. I only put 5 of the vocabulary words up on the board. That way they don't have to copy down. There are 8 total That way they don't have to copy down everything. I put the ones that we're gonna work with today. So they have coordinate plane, quadrant, coordinates, y-axis, and x-axis. X-axis. So, and then we're just gonna talk about the quadrants and how we're only working in quadrant 1 and what do they notice about the different quadrants. So we are going to just kind of talk about them, introduce them, and then I was gonna give this for classwork, but I think I'm gonna make this their homework for this week. So it's really childish, which sucks, but it is what it is. I'm not creating something new. So they have this paper and it's a large blank thing. They have to label all that good stuff, and then they are going to, I think I'm gonna have them cut these out, glue them, and then just on the back have them write the coordinate of, let's say, the elephant, the seal, the koala. So I think I'm gonna have them do that for homework. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. So yeah, but I think that's what I'm gonna have them do, and then I need to figure out what I'm doing for their ELA homework for this week and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna enjoy my extra 15 minutes that I get of specials today. So I have extended prep time, which makes me happy. I'm sure you guys know it makes you very happy too. So I'm just gonna relax and enjoy it, listen to some music, and then I'm gonna go get my kids and we're gonna hit the ground running. And I'm really excited for our new schedule. It is jam-packed. I'm hoping it makes the day go by a little bit quicker. Good morning, it is Tuesday. It's about 6:40 and I'm heading to work. I love that it's now light enough that I can actually talk to you guys in the morning while I'm sitting here waiting for my car to warm up, because I couldn't in the past. Like, it was just impossible. So today is a regular day at work. I don't like my hair like this at all. It's just a regular everyday day. There's nothing, I think, out of the norm going on that I know of. I have to get to work. My Jeep's warmed up now, so I'm gonna enjoy my drive to work, listen to some good music, and yeah. I don't like rap, but on the way to work I listen to like 90s hip hop and like gangster rap, and it's so funny because I don't like it, but I'm like, if anyone listened to what I listen to on the way to work, they'd probably be like, this woman should not be a teacher, but it is what it is. I alternate, so I have Sirius XM, and if you have it, I alternate between BPM, which is like dance music, 90s on 9 because 90s baby, and I also alternate between, I think it's Fly, yeah, Sirius XM Fly 90s hip hop. So those are my things. Those are my jams. Like, that is all I listen to in the morning. Every once in a while I will throw on some country, because I do typically listen to country. Like, if I have no Sirius, I listen to country. We listen to country in my classroom. I love country music, but it's just so funny, the stuff that I listen to on the way to work, and I'm just like, who am I? But like I said, I'm gonna start getting to work and I will check in with you guys when I arrive. Good morning again. I am at school, and before I talk about school stuff, can we just take a minute to acknowledge the beauty that is this coffee. You guys, look how dark and beautiful this coffee is. Like, this is how you make coffee. Not the nearly white coffee I got from from McDonald's yesterday. It was disgusting, and I think I took like 3 sips before it went in the garbage because it was nasty. So I am learning to let things go. I struggle with clutter. The reason I'm telling you this is because I really struggle with putting resources up in my classroom because it just gets so busy and so cluttered. Like, I'm gonna show you what I did with our science vocabulary, which, I mean, the kids can't read the definitions from their seats, but it is large enough that they can just kind of walk up a little bit and they can see them. The thing that I struggle with, it looks so ugly, but the kids need it, and I'm going to suck it up. They're staying. They are there to stay for this unit, but oh my God, I hate it. And I know hate is a strong word, and we tell our kids all the time not to say hate, but I hate it. I don't do well with things on my wall, which is probably why when it came to state testing the last 2 weeks, I only had to cover one thing. My anchor charts were already down, but even my anchor charts, like, I keep them together in one bunch so that you're only ever seeing one. So I do have 2 up right now. I have our Good Morning SOP, which is our standard operating procedure, and then I have one from coordinate planes, but that's like post-it noted to my board because we were learning it yesterday. But like, I struggle. Like, I'm sitting here looking at it and it just looks so ugly. And I think the reason it looks so ugly is because the board, I still have my multiples posters covered from testing. I think once I take that down, these being up along the trim won't bother me as much. It just sucks because that spinald's there and it kind of covers it, and I'm gonna take down my name just because that way, which I can do that right now, that way it's not as cluttered. And I actually don't have my name on my board. The reason that's up there is because I put these up there, so like if it's going in the finish bin when they're done working on it, I put it up at the top. If it goes in their ketchup folder, which is that bin right there, I will put that up here. Or if it comes to me, obviously it's gonna say Miss Moro. So I think I can tolerate it, which I can move those down so that way today isn't covered. That is eventually going over there. Those papers, I think I'm gonna take down now.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire.
Alright, apparently I should have worn like safety goggles while doing that because I just took a falling staple to the eyeball. So that was extremely unpleasant. I'm really hoping my contacts don't hate me all day. But I'm thankful for contacts because it hit my contact and not my actual eye. So yet again, contacts for the win. I think it's so funny that I can cut onions, any onions, without crying or anything because of my contacts. The second I take my contacts off, you would think like someone just died because my eyes look like I'm sobbing hysterically. Sorry, I'm walking around lost today. So yeah, my contact's really not that happy though. I think it moved it and I gotta reset it. All right, so now this eye is gonna be like a different size and red compared to this eye, but that's fine. I'm gonna vlog for you guys anyway because I got stuff I gotta do. So now that I fixed my contacts, I realized that I left my hydro flask at home, which sucks because I I've said hate a lot today. Maybe I am. My boyfriend was like, are you in a bad mood today? And I was like, no, I'm fine, I'm happy. But I've said hate twice in this vlog. So maybe I am unhappy today. But I really don't like not having it. I drink a lot of water during the day and I like having my hydro flask. And I left it on the back of my bed because I have it with me all day, every day. So today my kids are continuing with coordinate planes and math, and they did really well yesterday. One of my students got every single problem wrong, so I'm going to conference with him today because he's my GT student. So I'm not really sure what happened there, but clearly there is some misunderstanding going on, and it's not like he reversed the points. He literally got every single one wrong. I don't know what happened. For independent practice, they are going to plot each of these points up here on this grid. So last night, I think I've mentioned this before. I don't have a science curriculum. Blessing and a curse because I don't have a science curriculum, so I get to do whatever I want. But it's really hard kind of pulling everything together. So last night I created some stuff to kind of help teach about atoms and molecules and the periodic chart and all of that good stuff. So I'm gonna go run that stuff off and then I will show you guys a little bit more in depth of how I plan to use it, but I don't want to show you on my computer because it has like that funkiness that happens with screens. So I'm gonna go print that and I will talk to you guys in a couple seconds. Last night I sat and created some information about atoms. My students are really into this, and I had one that everything came back to protons and neutrons and electrons. So I was like, you know what, we'll go over this today. So I just talked about what is an atom. There are 3 parts, and then it goes into a little bit in depth about each part, and then this is how to calculate them. So yay, math included in science. I just talked about atomic number, mass number, all that good stuff. So on the back is parts of an atom, and after that is a periodic table. I got this from Google. It's a high resolution one, so if you look you can actually read the numbers, which is great. Now in the student packet, because my students like to be able to flip back and forth, I made this its own page because the next page is them doing calculations. So it asks for the atomic number, atomic mass, and then the number of electrons, protons, and neutrons. And they are going to refer to their periodic chart in order or periodic table in order to calculate these things. I'm really, really excited. And then this is just my teacher answer key. That way I can refer to something, because sometimes when I'm in the moment, I'm just like, oh my God, what was that? So there is that. Oh, I would help if I held it up.
Are you serious?
Oh my God, have another. Like, why is it not coming out?
I'm like, why? And I'm like watching, I'm like, oh, there's no beads coming out.
And I got hired to teach kids.
Look at the mess.
It's like literally in the table. It is everywhere.
For some reason, I have a feeling like I'm going to clean this up.
No, I'm going to vacuum when we're done.
It's funny, it's like there's room, but there's like not room.
It doesn't have to be perfectly full either. One more? A little bit more?
Yep. I mean, there's enough on the floor as it is. We might as well just go for the gun home.
This is how it was when I got it, but...
Well, why don't you sit in there and see how it feels like?
It's good enough. I'll have to refill it probably this summer again. Oh, the kids are going to be so happy.
So glad they're happy.
It's on your face.
It's everywhere.
It really is. Like, there's just a trail. Welcome to April in Maine. It is snowing like crazy.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating.
It's April 3rd and it's snowing. Like, do you see this? What on earth? So, yesterday after school, I did not vlog for you guys. We had a lockdown drill, excuse me, around 1:20, 1:25, and I raved to my kids because we were the first classroom they checked. From the time that they called lockdown, it took 20 seconds for them to check our classroom, and they could only see one student, and that's because he had to move a box in order to get into a cubby. By the time they came around about 30 seconds later, they couldn't see any of us. So it's not easy for my kids to get ready for a lockdown, and I will show you why. I have a student with physical needs, and I have 3 wheelchairs in my classroom now, and 2 of them are in front of the cubbies. So it's not easy for my kids to get into a safe place, especially because we have a ton of instruments and we use the cubbies to store them so they're not just sitting on the floor in the classroom. So I've told them, I'm like, safely slide the chairs out of the way, slide the instruments out of the way, get yourself to a safe place. So quickly show you what we're dealing with. I have a student that has physical needs, and depending on the drill, this is kind of where we are. And we have this chair here. This one joined our classroom yesterday, so it's not easy for my kids to get into a safe place, but within 20 seconds, we were pretty much ready to go, aside from one student needing to slide over a tiny bit. Once you moved to that spot over there, you couldn't really see him, so I'm really proud of them. Also, I moved my tables again. They are essentially in just a giant square. I hated the 2 rows. I really didn't like the 2 or 3 rows that I had. I just wasn't a fan. This is great because I'm constantly walking around the room when I teach, and it's just, especially for science, and now that we're doing science a lot more this trimester, it just makes partner work easier. It makes handing things out easier. Like, I can just give it to one, pass it around. Like, this is just gonna be really great. Some of my students, not a fan, but my kids don't really like change. They are very territorial, and I moved their seats and their tables, so they are still adjusting.
While you and me repeat this bittersweet.
Our schedule today, it's a little bit different. Normally on Wednesdays, we do breakfast, morning meeting, and then they have band, chorus, guidance, then snack, mustard, ketchup, pickles, recess and lunch, reading, library, dismissal. There is no band or chorus today, so I do have my kids all day until the end of the day, and I'm so excited about that. So we are doing breakfast in the room. We can do a little bit longer of a morning meeting, which makes me really happy. For math, we are continuing with our coordinate planes unit. After that, they have guidance for a half hour, and then we're going over a social studies packet I had given them 2 days ago. They're having snack. We have mustard, ketchup, and pickles, which if you are new, this is our school-wide intervention time. Recess and lunch. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. Reading, library, and then dismissal. So I came into a box on my table, and I'm hoping this is what I think it is, because I ordered 2 things last week, which if you saw my video last week, you saw I was pretty disappointed when I opened it and only one of my items was in there. So I'm going to unbox this with you guys, and then hopefully it's what I think it is. Oh, I think it is. Okay, yay! Want to start STEM bins for my kids because on Wednesdays they go for band and chorus pullouts, and it's just hard to teach when you only have like 2 or 3 kids in your room at a time. So I ordered this because we have one set, but it's kind of the school, so I wanted one set for my classroom. Oh, it is contraptions. I'll read you the description on the, I'm sorry, I'm hiding behind the box. I'll read you the description on the back, that way you guys have an idea of what it is. If you don't, it's really awesome. So, it says, they are high precision identical construction blocks with that stack with surprising stability. So, I ordered the biggest set that they have. This one has 200 pieces. My kids are gonna be so happy. So you can kind of just build stuff, and then there's like a little ball that rolls and all of that stuff. So you just build things, and there's ramps, chutes, tunnels, all kinds of stuff, and the kids create them, and it just really, really gets their brains going. And this comes from Oriental Trading. They do have it on Amazon as well. I will link this in the description down below because it is amazing and my kids love it. I am not putting it out until I have a container to put it in. So I need to go to maybe Family Dollar or Home Depot today and try to find a Starlight bin for it because I don't think I have one big enough. I am going to, oh my gosh, do you see the size of those snowflakes? They're huge. Look at this. They're massive. Okay. I haven't seen snowflakes that large since I lived in Alaska. Alaska had some of the biggest snowflakes I'd ever seen in my life. But anyway, I am going to enjoy my coffee. I have to answer a couple of emails and just kind of get some things done this morning and finalize some RTI plans and all that good stuff. So I will talk to you guys a little bit later today. Okay, so I am so ready to show you all of the Scholastic books that I got. And these are just the ones for my classroom. I have a pile of about 8 or 9 books over here that I just sent home with a student. They're surprised I can't let him see them. And then I have some that are going to my students that actually read. So I'm gonna real quickly show you what I got. So first up is where is the Great Barrier Reef? So that's super exciting. Second is Special Operations Files, Navy SEALs Mission at the Caves by Brandon Webb. Next up by Alana K. Arnold is Bat and the Waiting Game. This one is for me. This is How Full Is Your Bucket? And while it is technically for kids, I'm going to use the activities in this for my classroom. So I'm going to set this one aside for me. I got 2 copies of A Dog's Porpoise. I had a couple girls that wanted to read this, and I figured it'll probably be popular with 2 of them. So I did end up getting 2. One of my students asked me to get this one. It's by Lauren Woke. It's Beyond the Bright, and it has a really pretty cover, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of matches my nails, actually. Another one, and this is one I've heard so much about in a Facebook group that I'm on, and it is Refugee. And I actually didn't know anything what it's about. So it just says 3 different kids, one mission in common, escape. As Joseph, a Jewish boy, Isabel, a Cuban girl, which kind of is near and dear to my heart because both my parents are Cuban refugees. So that's actually pretty cool. And then Mahmoud, I'm guessing is how that said, a Syrian boy. And it says all 3 kids go on harrowing journeys in the search of refuge. All will face unimaginable dangers, from drownings to bombings to betrayals. But there is always the hope of tomorrow. So I think that's pretty cool. And I may actually save this one for me to read before I put this on the shelf. And then, I'm gonna keep these together. I got, these are by, who are these by? I don't know who they're by. Garth Nix? Yeah, Garth Nix. And these are Keys to the Kingdom. I have boys, they kind of remind me of like the Rick Riordan books, and they seem really similar to that. And there is a 7-pack of them, so I ordered all 7. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna knock this stack over. Stay. And then Crenshaw by Catherine Applegate. I haven't read this one personally yet either. This is one that I do want to read. I do try to read everything I put in my classroom library. I mean, it doesn't always happen, but I really do. I try. That's all that matters. And then I picked up I Survived the Shark Attacks of 1916, and then I picked up, because I realized that this is one of my favorite books, and I don't actually own any copies of it aside from the one that I had when I read in 5th grade, and it still has all of like my notes, it has all of my post-its and all that stuff. But I picked up 2 copies of The Weston Game, and this is really truly one of my favorite books. So I'm really excited about this, and I think I'm gonna keep one to take home because I probably will read it again. I have to sit here and get all of these into my classroom bookstores. That is my library management system. I've talked about it in the past. I will probably do another sit-down blog on it because I swear by it. It is amazing. But I need to sit here and input these. I'm gonna get all of the books that go to my students. I'm gonna get them at their seats, and then I'm just gonna kind of get ready for the afternoon. We have a lot going on, and then they're off to specials. So I will talk to you guys after school. Good morning. Sorry, I'm battling static right now, which is really random because I haven't dealt with that all day today. So it is Thursday, and I think today is a regular day. I said that on Tuesday, and it ended up not being a regular day because I forgot we had a lockdown drill, which I'm glad I forgot because that way I wasn't able to prepare them. Like, that's fine. For science today, I brought in Skittles. And I know you're like, why on earth would you do that? That's because we are going back over states of matter. So earlier this week we talked about gas, liquids, and solids, and I'm going to have them use a couple of Skittles, glue them on the paper to show how the molecules are within gas, liquid, and solid. Like, they're packed together, they're, you know, not as packed, and then gas, they're kind of just very spaced out. So we're gonna work on that, and then they're gonna illustrate 3 examples of each. So like for a gas, they may show like a puff of smoke or something, or water droplets, which I know it's gonna be hard to illustrate, but they'll just have to do the best they can. For liquid, they could do rain or something like that. They could do a cup of orange juice, like whatever they want. And then for solid, just 3 solid things. So that's what we're working on in science today. It's gonna be a great day, but I'm gonna go get math prepped because I changed my plan, so I don't have everything that I need, and I will talk to you guys at some point later today. I can project this and use the Apple Pencil. I guess it would help if I actually show you the coordinate plane. I can use this and then use my Apple Pencil to project onto my smartboard. That way I can model with the kids. This thing is amazing. I actually asked for it for Christmas because I wanted to learn how to hand letter, and I just started hand lettering like last weekend. I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. It took me 4 months to find something that worked for me, but I have used the ever living crap out of this, part of my language, for like honestly more math than anything else. I don't think I've used it for anything but math, and it's awesome because like I said, I can just sit, we can talk, and I get to rock in my rocking chair, and it's just, we have a nice discussion. I don't have to be up and moving, and it kind of works for that. Hello! So when I got to work this morning, I realized that I left my hydro flask at home. And then while my kids are in specials just now, I went to go get my breakfast, and I realized that I left my lunch at home as well. And I thought I left it in the Jeep, so I went out to my car, and it's not in there. So I am so thankful for a boyfriend that has the flexibility to drop what he's doing and bring me stuff, because the poor guy now has to drive like 12 miles here and then 12 miles home to bring me my lunch. But thankfully I get my hydro flask too, because all I have left is some coffee, and yeah. So I'm gonna sit here and eat a lifesaver and hope that it holds me over, because I'm really hungry. I've been up for almost 5 hours now. Well, 4.5 hours. I've been up since 4:50. It's currently 9:15, and I'm hungry because I haven't eaten breakfast yet. So yeah, I'm getting hangry, and my poor kids are gonna have to deal with me teaching math and being hangry, but that's okay. We'll all survive, hopefully. So I'm going to try to get my mind off the fact that I'm hungry and really thirsty and could use some water. So I'm gonna go fill probably a regular cup, like with water or something. But I'm gonna enjoy what's left of my specials, enjoy a lifesaver, and I will talk to you later, hopefully when I'm a little less hangry.
I'm trying to crush it with your hand. I'm trying to crush it. How did Natalie crush that?
Not okay.
I'm gonna try it with this. I didn't try it. How could you? Moro, I put a hole in it. Trying to do that.
That's all right. It still works the same. Natalie, oh my gosh. Natalie, honey, just push down.
Natalie, stop.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Can we work on drawing?
Yep. Yeah. See if anybody needs your glue. Good morning. It is Friday? It's Friday. I just realized that. I should know that because my boyfriend and I are doing date night tonight, and I'm really excited. We are going to a place called Camden Island, which is like a sit-down restaurant, like Chinese place. I think it's Chinese. It's Asian of some sort, and I'm really excited. So on my way to work, I stopped at Walmart, and I'm going to show you guys real quick before students start rolling into the school and dropping, because they drop their bags outside my door, so they tend to kind of peek in to see what I'm up to. I purchased 3 Battleships this morning because my kids knocked out coordinate planes. It's a 2-week unit. We knocked it out in 4 days. I gave them the option yesterday of the assessment, of taking the assessment that day, so yesterday, and I said, listen, I said, if we knock the assessment out today, which they were kind of on the fence about, I said, we have a fun activity for tomorrow. And my kids kind of looked at me, and my ed tech, who's my good friend, she kind of looked at them and she's like, guys, do you want to take the assessment today? Which I'm glad they did. Every single kid got every single question right, so I'm really proud of them. They rocked it. So today I'm going to surprise them because they go to specials first thing in the morning and then they come back for math. I'm going to surprise them by setting up Battleship while they're gone. So I need to find somewhere to kind of hide this because they see everything. So I now have 4. I have 1 that was donated, and then I picked up 3 today, which I didn't want to do, but I just can't get by with 1. So I'm gonna come up with like almost like a bracket for them, and I'm gonna set a time limit, maybe 10 minutes, and whoever has the most strikes, like that's what's gonna be the deciding factor. If it's a tie, they can play until they go. But I'm gonna go fix our schedule, and I will talk to you guys later. I told you about, actually it was exactly a week ago, that we were doing a Funky Bunny project, and I linked it in my last video description. I will link it again in this one. I'm gonna show you real quick how they came out because they are super adorable. They did the Funky Bunny, and you just put different designs on it, and then they put fun colored glasses, and I put it on a piece of Astro Brights paper, and you can just see how cute they came out. I could have sworn he was here, so I'm gonna have to see where his, actually no, he was not here. His is in his ketchup bin to finish, and they're so cute. Now, I told my kids originally that these were going to go up in the hallway and I was going to put a sign over it. However, I haven't had the time to make one. So they're going up in our classroom. That way they are up, and I'm still keeping my word. But I do want to put them out in the hallway that just says it's hoppin' in 5th grade. So that is the plan. Just we'll see if I get the opportunity to follow through with that. Sorry, you're really crooked. So there's that. I need to, my hair is really staticky. You can see it's literally sticking to my face. I will talk to you guys later today, I guess. We are all set up for Battleship. I have 4 different stations. There's a station there, there's one over there, one at the VIP desk, and then we have one there.
Wait your turn. Okay. 6 and 1A. Oh, so I put. You worked so hard. Is it done?
Well, Elliot works so hard. He's the one that basically.
I've been working.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. No! So if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, drop them in the comments down below. And I will see you guys bright and early Monday morning. Good morning. It is Sunday, and my boyfriend and I are gonna go shoot some guns, and then we're gonna go grocery shopping. I'm waiting for him to change, and then we're heading out, and I figured I would take you guys along for a ride to see how an atypical Sunday goes in our life. We spent the morning cleaning and at the gym, and we are getting ready to go.
What are you doing?
You're gonna be in this vlog.
No.
Yes, people have asked about you, so you are.
Nobody asks about me.
Yes, they have.
No, they don't. Get out of here.
All right, now that you're stripping,
There you go.
Nobody needs to see that.
One of you get the camera off me.
Are you a good boy?
Next thing I'll be running naked through the gravel pit. Speaking of vlog, our beautiful flank steak.
Oh, I can.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful outside today.
We should not go shooting. We should go swimming.
Yeah, it's not quite that warm. Help me. Will you zip that? Help you. Help me. Help you. See, it's like a little safe pouch. So it is ridiculously muddy, and he forgot his boots. Because that's what men do. They forget stuff. Look at that ass! You got a white boy butt.
Yeah. It's an itty, not an outie.
Twinkle toes!
Yeah, I should have brought my boots.
Yep. I offered to go get them.
I know.
The puddle like a little child. Whew. Should have brought a hair clip. Let me put my hair up.
You should have brought a haircut.
Hair clip.
Oh, I thought you said haircut.
Hair clip. My baby.
Oh, that was close.
That sucks. I fixed one, the other one. Here, we're just gonna put them on my head the way
I didn't even bring any. I didn't bring any.
I did, I'm prepared. I like my hearing. I appreciate it.
Oh.
Can I peep you?
Yes.
Where's... What?
Nothing.
Am I doing it wrong?
No, stop. Am I doing it? No. You don't do anything wrong.
What?
I like to just go, like, put the ball of my feet somewhere near the back of my arch, and then just kind of lean into it a little bit.
I hate you.
Good luck, you. Just focus on that front sight. Let the target blur, but make that front sight real crisp. Do you want me to focus in on your butt? That's my favorite part. Think so scared you see him hopping around? Alright. That's not true. I think you did a great job that time. You're improving more and more every
You
magazine.
want to shoot?
Everyone jumps that all the time. Get her done. Get what done?
Did you enjoy being in one of my first vlogs? Or in your first appearance in my your first appearance in one of my vlogs?
Nice.
And our first Black Cheetah vlog?
Yeah. Do I get paid for this?
When we start making money, you will. I'm not paying you. I have no money to pay you. I'm a teacher.
I'm just saying, it's pretty difficult hanging out with you all day.
I'm awesome. Love you.
The most beautiful girl in the world right there.
You're just sucking up.
I am not sucking up. I mean it. You know I do. Yep. Let's drive over the mountain because we have a Jeep.
I'm really going there.
The other day I could have thrown you in there.
Never be seen again.
Well, it wasn't that deep.
Four-wheel drive would help. That was pretty impressive though.